Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. So today we will start our new topic, that is elastic collision in one dimension. So first of all, as we all know that we are considering a two object A and B having masses m1 and m2 initially along line joining their centers with opposite direction. They collide to a they collide They collide, and after collision they move at velocities, that is v1 and v2, in opposite direction. Let's suppose this is a A, this is a B, with m1 and m2, u1 and u2. It's collide between together. After collision it just move around with v1 and v2. Okay, so let's move further to prove this one equation, that how we can prove v1 and v2, how we can take out that both. Okay, so talking about that, for that we are having to find v1 and v2 after elastic collision. We will take total momentum before collision. Let me suppose total momentum before collision is equal to m1 u1 plus m2 u2, and with that total momentum after collision is m1 v1 plus m2 v2. We have done this in a previous uh, equation and previous video. Now after that we have to, according to law of conservation momentum, we are having a law of conservation momentum. We will join this both total momentum before collision and after collision. These both are equal to each other. m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 u1 plus m2 u2. After that what we will do, we will suppose v1 value on one side and u1 values on another side. So here we are having 1 value from on another side. So here m1 v1, it moved that one side and it got minus. m2 u2 was here positive, it goes that one side and got negative. Okay, after that we have taken common of this. So we taught the equation 1, that supposes m1 we have taken common, then u1 minus v1 is equal to m2 v2 minus u2. Okay, now after that we will do same with the kinetic energy before collision. Kinetic energy before collision is 1 upon 2 m1 u1 square plus 1 upon 2 m2 u2 square, and after collision kinetic energy will be m1 upon 2 m1 v1 square plus 1 upon 2 m2 v2 square. Okay, since the collision is elastic, means the collision between is elastic, so what we will do, these both will be equal to each other. Okay, so we have again, like this one equation, we have made the both momentum was each other, so we have made the collision in elastic to each other, equal to each other. After that 1 upon 2 we have taken common from both sides and we have just cut it out. So we are remaining m1 u1 square plus m2 u2 square is equal to m1 v1 square plus m2 v2 square. Okay, after that we did the same thing, u1 value on one side and v1 value on one side. So we suppose this u1 and v1 on one side, and after that what we have done, we have done the 1 value on one side, like m1 u1. So here was a positive m1 v1 square, so here is negative m1 u1 minus m1 v1 square, m2 v2 square minus m2 u2 square. Okay, in this one we have taken an m1 common, and u1 square minus v2 square and v2 square minus u2 square is common on we have taken common of these. Okay, after that let's move further. Next we are having this one, what it is, yeah, we have what we did, we divided equation 1 with equation 2. Just wait. After that, as you can see over here, we are dividing equation 1 with equation 2. Like the equation 2 means upper one equation, this is upper one equation, with down one equation, that two equations we have made 1 and 2. Okay, after that in these equations m1 was same, so we divided m1 and m2 we cut this. After that v2 minus u2 and v2 minus u2 was same, u1 minus v1 and u1 minus v1 all the same. Now we have just received u1 plus v1, we have received u1 plus v1 is equal to v2 plus u2. From this, firstly if we want to find v1, so we find v1 from here, like that is v1 is equal to this one, u1 is plus over here, it goes there and got minus, so third equation formed, that is v1. And after that same v2, like in v2 this is a my plus u2, it will goes that one side, it will minus u2, so v1 and v2 we have gain from here. Now let's move further to the above equation. Now what we will do, we will put the value of this and this one, like put value of v2 in equation 1. Like here we will put the value of v2 in equation 1 that we have made earlier. This is our equation 1. Here m1 v1 minus m1 u1 minus v1 is equal to m2 v2 minus u2. We will put in this one equation. So what we will do, we will putting over here. So here put value of v2 in equation 1. So we have put the firstly equation 1, that is m1 u1 minus v1 is equal to m2 v2 minus u2. After that again we have put the v2 value over here to find v1. So if we will put v1 v2 value, so we will find v1. So v2 value that we have taken out here, v1 plus u1 minus u2, we have put it over here, that is v1 plus u1 minus u2. Okay, and remaining minus u2 is remain same over here. Okay, then after that we have opened the bracket, means our bracket was opened just. So u2 minus u2 and minus u2, it is minus 2u2, and other things remain same, v1 plus u1. Okay, after that what we have done, that we have just multiply it with this one m2. So m2 v1 is founded m2 u1 and minus 2 m2 u2. And on the other side m1 u1 minus m1 v1 we have multiplied and we have find this one value. Okay, after that what we have done, that 2 m2 u2, it was minusing over here, it come over here and it got plus. We have taken u1 value on one side and v1 value on one side. So from this one two values, m1 u1 minus m2 u1, we have taken a u1 common, and m1 minus m2 remain same, and plus 2 m2 u2 is also remain same. After that here we have taken v1 common and m1 plus m2 remain same. Now m1 plus m2 was multiplying over here with v1, it come this one side and it got divide when it come on this one side. So we are remaining just v1 is equal to all this one value, that is m1 minus m2 u1 plus 2 m2 u2 upon we put m1 plus m2. Now m1 plus m2 is all under in these both equations. So we just separate this equation and we find the v1. That's how we can find velocity 1 with m1 minus m2 upon u1, m1 plus m2 plus 2m2 u2 upon m1 plus m2. Okay, hope you understand this one. After talking about put value of v1 in equation 2, here we will put the value of v1 in equation 2, so we can find v2. Okay, so here was the same equation, that is same over here. In the first equation we will put all the things, but here we have done one thing, we have done m1 u1 multiply over here, so it was m1 u1 minus m1 v1 is equal to m2 v2 minus m2 u2. Okay, we did this one thing. After we have taken the u1 on one side and v on one side, so this one form that m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. Okay, after that what we have done, that we have put the value of v1. So here we have put the value of v1, that is v2 plus u2 minus u1. Okay, and all remain same. After we again multiply same like in the upper one equation, so we multiply over here that m1 v2 like m1 v2 and then m1 u2, then m2 u1. Okay, and other one m2 v2 remains same. After that what we did over here, like after that here the all the things are same over here, but what we did, there is a m1 u1 two times. So we did u1 value on one side, so it was just my plus and minus over here, it come over here and plus minus. Like here was m1 u1, so when it come this one side, it got plus sign m1 u1, and there's minus m3 u1 when it come on this one, not it's m1 u1 again, m1 u2. So this one m1 u1 this one, and m1 u2 it's this one, it was plus over here, it got minus. Just wait, let me show you again. Like here was m1 u1, m1 u1 just move to that one side and got a positive, m1 u2 have positive, it come on this one side and got negative, and other m1 v2 plus m2 v2 remain same. Okay, so from this we have taken v2 common and remaining m1 plus m2. Okay, and from this one side we have taken common from like m1 u1 plus m1 u1, it got 2 m1 u1. Okay, and remaining we are having m2 u2 and m1 u2. So u2 we have taken common and m2 minus m1 we have written same as. Okay, after that m2 with m2 m1 plus m2 was multiplying, but when it moves that one side, so it got divide. And as I told you here that this division sign is under both equations, and we separate it. So here I directly separated, I make it 2 m1 u1 upon m1 plus m2 and u2 m1 minus m2 upon m1 plus m2. Here we have find the both equations, that is v1 and v2, the velocity 1 and velocity 2, that is after collision in elastic collision in one dimension. Hope you understand this lecture. Thank you so much for listening.